Oh, it's always a good time to get better together. And this time of year, it's nice to get outside, to stretch your legs and get some exercise, but that's harder to do when you're stuck in an office. One group in our area is hoping to change all that by creating healthier workplace cultures. Arguably, I think everybody needs a healthier workplace culture. We're welcoming Kaylee Thompson in here, the president of the Bailey Group, to tell us a little bit more. Okay, so Kaylee, first, when we're talking about some of the challenges that you all discovered, creating a better workplace culture, that is gold. So tell me a little bit about some of the challenges that you all uncovered.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you know, workplace cultures are created out of humans, and humans intrinsically are messy individuals. And so there's no greater sort of impact on workplace environments and satisfaction than the workplace culture. And so it's worth investing in, and it's really worth investing in your humans, the people that make up and create and hold that special space.
You know, I love the leadership space. A lot of my nonprofit is about leadership. And one of the things that we talked about there, and actually here at CARE when we were talking about staffing and employment, was all the different generations in one building.
Yes.
Right? Did you all find that, you know, with trying to help the workplace be more enjoyable, you kind of have to, you know, recognize that and act accordingly?
Absolutely, yeah. And, you know, I'm in a really interesting position leading 5 different generations when you count my kids at home. And so just the translation between what's important and, you know, what do different generations value and what is their communication style. And, you know, really figuring that out is really critical to creating this collaborative workplace environment that works for everyone.
So when we're talking about the individual worker, what are some of the things, some more things that we should be focusing on to create a better culture?
Yeah, well, one thing that's really important by and large is flexibility and autonomy. And so one of the great things about summer, with summer upon us, is that we've got an ability to get a little bit more creative and a little bit more flexible about what we're expecting of our employees and the environment that we're creating for them. So at the Bailey Group, we're doing half-day Fridays, which has been a fantastic way to boost employee wellness, which we know leads to increased engagement and increased productivity for the organization.
Isn't it so amazing that even in the span of, like, I would say maybe the last 7-ish years, how much the norm and the need for the norm has changed?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, talking with my dad or my grandparents, they're like, oh, when I was working, we didn't do X, or we did X. Like, are you noticing more people having those conversations?
Absolutely, yeah. And one of the things that I think has really benefited employees is this recognition that, you know, doing right by your employees is not only the right thing for your employees, but it really is the right thing for your company. You want to be thinking about what's in the best interest of my employees while making sure that I'm covering the needs of my organization, because that's how you want your employees to be thinking about you as well. Not only is it the right thing to do, but it's also good business sense.
That part, it is good business sense, because you don't see as many people staying at their workplaces as long as maybe their parents or their grandparents did. How in the world are you convincing other workplaces to catch on to this?
Yeah, it's such a great question, Alexa. And I'm so glad that you brought that up, because it is true that the economy has really thrust a lot more emphasis on employee engagement, retention. We know that talent is really, really critical, and retaining that talent is such a critical competitive advantage for organizations. And so I think the pandemic really heightened companies' awareness around their most important asset are their people. And so how do they invest in their people? How do they maximize that potential of employees? Because work really is meaningful for people if you can set them up in the right conditions, because it provides purpose, it provides a social environment, they have an opportunity to contribute to something greater than themselves, and they spend so much of their time and talent and energy advancing the mission of the organization. And so you want to set them up for success, and you'll reap the rewards of that.
That's a t-shirt right there. We all just got a little bit smarter. Thank you so much, Kylie. And thank you so much for making sure that we learn a little bit. We have more for you at care11.com/noon. We'll be back.